Okay, this is a lesson on the bridge or the E chord that is used in Delia and in Cocaine Blues. They're basically identical. And you can do little variations off of this. So it's two measures of 4/4. So your bass has to remain solid and steady. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So your bass isn't the problem. It's timing up hammer-ons and pull-offs with that bass so that it just flows. So after the very first beat, there's a double hammer-on, which is the 4th string, open to 1st fret to 2nd fret, and you have to use your 1st finger and your 3rd finger because you are walking back up to an E major triad. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Once you've accomplished that, we can move on to the next little embellishment, so to speak. And that is another timed hammer-on with your 1st finger to the 1st fret of the 3rd string. So you're going to start with it open. And what that does is that shows a little ambiguity between E major and E minor, because G natural, 3rd string open, is minor. And then you make it go to a major. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you hit the 3rd string open on the end of 3 and 4. And when you bring the 1st finger down, it has to be timed with your thumb on the 4th string. So you can practice that individually. Timed hammer-ons can be tricky until you get really comfortable with them. So that's it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's the first measure. And the second measure is kind of tricky to play unless you do play the first measure, because it is going to lead into that. 1. So you've got an open B string you're playing in there. You got to let that ring through. 4, and you play the open B string on the and of 4. 2. Triplet 1. So the end of 4, you play the B string open, back to the first beat. 1, 2, and is when you are going to play the 2nd fret of the 2nd string with your little finger there. And it's timed up, the pull-off is timed up with the 2nd beat there, which is D string. And the way to get that pull-off to really ring out is you got to pull down and off with your little finger. So you're kind of really grabbing the string with the tip of your little finger. Sorry. And then you're going right to 3rd string. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So after you do the pull off, 2nd fret to open, you play the 3rd string, but you have to make sure that that 2nd string, that B, is still ringing through the whole time. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, for you here. Maybe a little slower if I can. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And then it moves to the F, which is what you played earlier in the piece, so I'm not going to go over that, but I'll play it one last time for you. So everything shifts up. From F, it goes up a half step. Sorry, from E, it goes up a half step to the F position. So that open B that you played on the E chord is important to have that ring through until you play the C in the F chord, because that whole thing is leading to, it's resolving upward to the C. So one more time. So your E of the 4th string goes up to the F of the 4th string when you make the F chord. The open E in the bass goes up to the F. So everything's kind of like shifting up, and that's what adds movement to this whole little progression. Hope that helps you guys. Enjoy.